Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been a long time since I put out a video. I know it's been something like 6 months, I think, somewhere around there. I apologize for that. A lot of things were happening in my life. I got into a car accident at the end of October, and from there just kind of circumstances kept coming up that put me in a place where I wasn't feeling like I could produce content that I could be proud of showing you guys. But that situation is over with. I'm super excited because the other day I got inspired about the direction that I want this channel to go. I was sitting at work, I wasn't even really thinking about the channel, and it just kind of hit me. So the two biggest things that I like to do in my free time are fly, duh, and travel around Michigan. I'm from the Detroit area. There's a lot of stuff to do around here, lots of cool places to fly, take pictures of. You name it, it's got it. But I'm also the kind of person who would pack my car full of blankets, grab my camera and maybe the Mavic, and drive out, spend a night in a parking lot waiting for the sun to rise over Lake Huron. So I'm already doing these two things independently, and I figured, why not take you guys along for the adventure? There's lots of places across Michigan that I've either been to or want to go to, or would be excellent places to fly, and I'd like to bring you guys along and give you some insight into the side of the state that I get to see whenever I go out on these adventures. One of the things that I thought of that's pretty cool about Michigan is being in the center of the Great Lakes. Michigan is literally dotted with lighthouses. They're all over the place. So many of them are historical landmarks. Some might even be operational. I'm not too sure about that. Some might even be in different states of disrepair. The bottom line is that these lighthouses are in cool places that I would love to go try to rip or at least get some footage of. And let's face it, lighthouse, kind of a building that's asking to be dived. So that's an example of a regular segment of this adventure kind of project that I'm putting together. If you guys have lighthouses that you're really fond of, or if you just have locations in general across Michigan, maybe you've been on vacation or you just heard about this place, it's come up in your social media feed and you would always think it'd be cool to go, let me know in the comments below. I'm putting it aside. Let me know in the comments and I would be happy to try and make it happen. And in that vein of trying to do a Michigan-wide adventure type deal, at the end of this video, I've included footage from a trip that a couple of people and I took a few weeks ago up to Mackinac City, which, let's see, which way is it? Well, for those of you who don't know, it's the top of the mitten. It's right here where the upper peninsula and the lower peninsula meet. We'll get back to that in a second. First though, I have two really important shout outs that I need to make. The first one is to a good friend of mine who's responsible for my new logo and the icon that I just put up on my channel. He took time out of his days to talk with me about what kind of theme I wanted for the channel, what my vision was, what kind of impression I wanted to evoke with the logo. And then when I had this idea last night for the new channel icon, I was like, hey, can you make this happen? And he did it within like an hour or two. Super talented guy. So Brandon, thank you so much. You are the best. I owe you big time. The other shout out is to the guy responsible for the sweet piece of swag that I'm sporting. This is my new logo, designed by Brandon, but the shirt was made by a guy named Kenny Dunbar, who owns Mateys Shirt Company. Arr, Mateys. I'll put a link in the description. Seriously though, if you have a custom graphic, a logo, any sort of custom image you want to put on a shirt, check this guy out. Brandon actually coordinated this. I didn't even know about it. He sent Kenny the logo. Kenny was able to put it on his shirt, and then Brandon just was like, hey, surprise, I got you a shirt with your own dang logo on it. And it totally blew me away. And on top of that, this shirt is like one of the most comfortable shirts I've gotten in a long time. It's super durable, like wash safe, all that kind of stuff. Really high quality. I really appreciate it. Go check them out. Mateys Shirt Company. Again, link down below. So big thank you to both Brandon and Kenny. This is awesome. Okay, so now background on this flight footage, really quick. This is from a trip that a couple of people and I took kind of just semi-spontaneously one weekend a few weeks ago. We packed up a car full of blankets and dogs and people, and we drove up north and we just stayed the night in the car, got up super early, drove into Mackinac City, and I was fortunate enough to be able to go walk out on the ice right out onto Lake Huron and go rip around these giant ice floes, these piles of sheets of ice that happen over the winter as the lake freezes and gets broken up and then refreezes in these really cool kind of little mountains of ice with the Mackinac Bridge in the backdrop. It was beautiful, beautiful day. So I get there, I'm out on the ice, wind is blowing, I'm cold, people are gonna start coming out of church because it was a Sunday. I put the goggles on, plug in, and it's all white. My entire vision is white. Ice and snow and super reflective, and I forgot to change my FPV camera settings. So it was totally washed out. It was like 90% white, and I occasionally got little flecks of shadow, and that was pretty much it. I didn't have time to go back and change my camera settings, so I basically just pulled the goggles up, looked around, made sure I knew where all the big ice mountains were, dropped the goggles, and then tried to remember exactly where everything was. And I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of the footage that came out of that. It was a surreal experience. So, without any more delay and with no further ado, I present to you Snowblind. So that's an idea of the type of content that I want to start bringing to you guys with this new mission statement for the channel. Let me know if you like it, let me know if you hate it, if there are any suggestions you might have or requests you want to make, leave them all in the comments below. I'm looking forward to taking you guys on these adventures. I'm super jazzed about it. It seems like it's going to be a good fit. And that's basically it for this video. If you like what you saw, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down. If you want to stay up to date on the whole Michigan Adventure Saga, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and check me out on Instagram. I've got that down below too. I'm really looking forward to making these videos for you guys and bringing you along on these adventures. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.